And with the daf, or we're doing
We're gonna do Mishnais. Yeah, and when
Mishnah?
I write to 8:15, I write that means Mishnais. I know I feel bad. But yeah. Um Mishnah Dalid, right? Maaser Sheni, Mishnah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Solid or hay?
I'm trying to remember.
Well, the question is, do we do karshine?
We
Vetch?
don't, we
I don't.
did one. We did one yesterday and one we didn't. I think we're up to Dalid.
I have dollars that we're up to.
Okay, so yeah, I think we're up to Dalid. Yeah, because yesterday we did Tilson. Today we do Kashine, right?
Parents posted Bays and Gimel only.
Yeah, we're up to Dalid.
Jackie, you're home? No.
No, still
No, just a white bookcase.
Oh, that's what it was. It threw me
Yeah.
off for a minute.
yeah. I should really go sit outside, but there's no table, so it's a little bit. Anyways,
Jackie, you need a stender like camp. That's what you need.
yes, that is true. There's a stand. I'm just too lazy to schlep it outside. So we really should have done this Mishnah yesterday, but okay. So yesterday we said that Karshinim and Tilson was a machlokes whether it's more chomer than truma, or meaning of Maaser Sheni, Tilson and Kashinim of Maaser Sheni. So in a way, it's more chomer than truma. So he said that one of the ways is that do you have to wash your hands before the Tilson, and do you have to wash your hands before the Kashina? So it's a similar Mishnah to the previous Mishnah, which is why we should have done it yesterday. Okay, so Kashine Maaser Sheni, or at least it acts as a chazorah. Maybe it was better to do it today. So Kashinim, which is vetch, so the younger it is, I don't know if younger is the right word, the closer it is to its growth, the more edible it is. As it goes along, as it gets more ripe, it gets less edible. We don't want Maaser Sheni to go to waste, right? So we don't care about that for Truma, but Maaser Sheni we do, because Maaser Sheni you have to eat it in Yerushalayim, so we don't want it to be going bad. So Kashina Maaser Sheni yeyachlu tzimchainim. So you can eat it, but they should be eaten when they're young. But they're different than other Maaser Sheni where they can go into Yerushalayim, but they could also go out of Yerushalayim. Normally, once you bring fruits or vegetables of Maaser Sheni into Yerushalayim, you can't take it out anymore. But this you can,
It's
which
kind
is
of
the same thing. Which is the same thing as Tilson. What?
It's kind of a project. We care less about Truma because it goes to the Kahanim anyway. So if it goes bad, tough luck on them. Meanwhile, Maaser Sheni, it's by us. Hey, we're not going to let that go to waste.
Yes, I'm sorry if you Kohen, you Rabbi Kohen there got a little offended. Yeah. I guess if you really wanted to get the Kohen, you would wait for it to harden and then give it to him. If you really didn't like your Kohen, right? But anyway, so why are these different? Because this is not really food that's meant for humans. It's really meant for animals. So since it's meant for animals, it's more mekel. It's midrabanan. Really, it shouldn't have any kedusha Maaser Sheni at all, but it does. It has a midrabanan. So the rabbanan put in a couple of kulas. Nitmu. Right, let's say it became tameh. Right, so now normally if Maaser Sheni becomes tameh, so what you do is you pied it. Right, but here you don't do that. Rav Tarfon Aimer, yischalku le'isas, what you do is you break up, let's say it's dough. So you break up the dough into pieces smaller than a kabeya, because if it's bigger than a kabeya, then it's going to be matama, the dough you mix it in. And then since it's smaller than a kabeya, what you do is you mix it together and you mavatal it, which is normally we say mavatal this lechatchila, but here it's not an issue because the whole thing is a chumrah. Chacham say no, you can't mix it in. They say you have to be paid it just like any other Maaser Sheni that becomes tummy. There's a lot of information in this Mishnah. The Shel Truma. Okay, so that's the what do we call it? Karshinim, vetch of Maaser Sheni. Right. So the chumras are that it has to be eaten as young as possible. If it gets brought into Yerushalayim and comes out, that's actually a kula. You can bring it into Yerushalayim and take it out. And if it became tamei, that's a machlokes how you go about if being paided or you mavatal it. But okay, what about shel truma? So b'shamei ayrim shayrin b'shafin b'tahara. You soak it, right? V'shafin b'tahara, and you have to shafin means you're using it to scrub. You have to do it b'tahara, meaning just like other truma, before you handle truma, you have to wash your hands, which is why we wash our hands for bread nowadays. Right, so before you handle truma, you need to wash your hands. So before you eat this vetch, these kashinim, you also have to wash your hands. Umachilan betuma. But when you give it to animals, you're allowed to even do it when you're tummy. You don't have to wash your hands first, right? Because it's only when you use it for yourself that the Chacham say you have to wash your hands, not when you're using it to scrub or to give to animals. Basil, I'm sharing b'tahara. Basil is actually more machmer. He says you do need to. Well, that part is the same. He's more makel. The sharing b'tahara, that's the same as b'sham. When you're soaking it, you need to wash your hands. V'shafin u'machilin b'toma. Right, so when you scrub yourself with it, when you're feeding your animals, you have to do a patuma. Shammai yomer yayachlu tzarid. Shammai says that you should only give it to the animals when it's dry. Yeah, meaning you can't. Just Shammai, which is interesting. It's not that often you have a Mishnah where you have Beis Shammai, Beis Hillel, and then you have Shammai. Right. So Shammai holds. Oh, so you can only feed this kashinim to the animal when it's dry, and you can't openly make it tummy. Right. So therefore, if it's dry, then it's clear it's not going to become tummy because, as we learned many times, fruits and vegetables that have not been made wet cannot be makabel tumah. Right. Rabbi Kiva, I'm call my saying betuma. Rabbi Kiva is the most makel. He said everything. You can do whatever you want with it, betuma. Right? So there was no takana from the Chachamim whatsoever about it. Okay, so by truma, we reviewed the first part of the Mishnah. By truma, Beis Shammai says when you're soaking it or when you're using it to scrub, you have to do it b'tahara, but when you're feeding animals, you could do it betuma. And Beis Hillel says you also have to soak it b'tahara. But you can feed it to the animals with tuma. Shammai himself says you have to only feed it to the animals when it's dry. Rabbi Kiva says you can be makel all the way around, and we don't have to worry about making it tummy at all. Okay, this next Mishnah is so we had a hard Mishnah. Let's do an easy Mishnah. I mean, at least easy in understanding, but to understand it in depth already a little harder. So Mishnah Hey, I'm sorry. So you're carrying up your money to Yerushalayim to go spend it there, and your Maaser Sheni money gets mixed in with your regular money. So you have no idea what's what. So it's a mixture. So Masha liket, what if you pick up one coin at a time? So liket la Maaser Sheni, then we assume that every coin you pick up is a Maaser Sheni coin, ad sheyashlam. Until you finish, meaning if you knew that you had 100 Maaser Sheni coins, so then, and it fell into, let's say, 50 non-Maaser Sheni coins, so your first 100 coins you pick up have Kedusha of Maaser Sheni. Bashar, Chulin, and the rest of it is considered Chulin. That's if you pick up each coin individually. In Balal v'chafan, but if you mixed up the whole pile and then you just picked up a bunch of coins at once, then lefi cheshbon, because there you can't say that each coin is Maaser Sheni, because what are the chances that every coin you're picking up is Maaser Sheni at one time? Meaning, if you go one by one, this part is not is easy to understand, but the conceptually it's not so easy, right? So in Bala v'chafan lefi cheshbon, you have to say, let's say you picked up a handful of coins and with 10 coins in there. So using our example that there were 100 coins of Maaser Sheni, and 50 coins of chulin, so every 2 coins, so you picked up 10 coins, so 6 of the coins would be Maaser Sheni, 3 of the coins would be considered chulin, goes lefi cheshbon. Ze haklal. Hamis laktim, anything that gets picked individually, Maaser Sheni, goes to Maaser Sheni v'hanivlolin, anything that was mixed in together goes lefi cheshbon. So this is a fairly straightforward Mishnah. That when you have a mixture, so it depends how you pick it up. Picked up individually, it's you have to say that each one is, you say that each one is Maaser Sheni. If you pick it up as a pile together, then you say that then you say that it goes according to the ratio of what it was. Okay. Shari Tshuva. So yesterday we did shaving. Yesterday we did shaving and climb. Today, pay is ish. We're up to pay. Shar Gimel is pay. And again, he's going through what the Shari Tshuva Rabbeinu Yaina is going through are all the scenarios where we're going through all the scenarios where people just don't understand certain halachas, or they either don't know it or they don't understand it. So it says, ish al kol shar b'sarei lo sikru. Every man should not come close to a relative. Kol kiruv basar asar. Anybody who you have kiruv basar to, meaning anybody who you're not allowed to have relations with, it's asar. Kol kiruv basar asar negia b'dei eshes ish. You're not allowed to touch an eshes ish. What does it mean to be megala the erva, to reveal the naked? Ki hakreva mevil lidei gilei of erva. Why? Because touching or coming close will bring you to gilei erva. Chisamer b'vavcha. Now, if you're going to say in your heart, Eifa nimtza b'kasav ki godra ha'torah g'darim, where do you find in the pasuk that the Torah gives you gedarim? Huh? So you could say that even touching from one hand to another hand is a gather to an avera. Right? Meaning, is there ever an isser? What he's saying is, did the Torah ever make an isser that's meant to prevent you from doing another isser? That's what people think. Like, it can't be that that's what the Torah meant. Yeshib Chadam, he says, I'll answer you. When the mitzvah of Nazir, that we're afraid that he is going to drink and he's going to forget what the Torah says. Or he can be swayed by a spirit to make him stray. So it says anything that's made out of wine, he's not allowed to eat. Meaning a nazir, really, the whole issue is wine, right? The whole issue is wine. But as a harchaka, the Chachamim said, no grape products a nazir cannot have any grape products. This is all harchaka from drinking wine. Meaning, so you see that the Torah did put in a mitzvah that's a harchaka. This is the Chacham say in the Medrash that that the Isser that they gave to Nazir not to have any sort of grapes or any grape products is in order to prevent him from having wine, and that is the source for the Torah being able to make one mitzvah to prevent you from doing another mitzvah. Okay.